This is the book of Sirach, chapter 14, and verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi. This your brother Rawchaa here at the church of Birmingham, Alabama, coming at you with another lesson. Lord willing, is edifying. Amen. We right there. Everything is right there. Let's play the video.
Going to take our capital back. We're taking it back under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States. I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening. They've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. And you people are victims of it, too. You know, you're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened. And so you can be anything you want, but you want to have safety in the streets. You want to be able to leave your apartment or your house where you live and feel safe and go into a store to buy a newspaper or buy something. And you don't have that now. The murder rate in Washington today is higher than that of Bogota, Colombia, Mexico City, some of the places that you hear about as being the worst places on earth. Much higher. This is much higher. The number of car thefts has doubled over the past 5 years, and the number of carjackings has more than tripled. Murders in 2023 reached the highest rate probably ever. They say 25 years, but they don't know what that means because it just goes back 25 years. Can't be worse. Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people. And we're not going to let it. We have other cities also that are bad, very bad. You look at Chicago, how bad it is. You look at Los Angeles, how bad it is. We have other cities that are very bad. New York has a problem. And then you have, of course, Baltimore and Oakland. We don't even mention that anymore. They're so far gone. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to lose our cities over this. And this will go further. We're starting very strongly with D.C., and we're going to clean it up real quick, very quickly, as they say. We're going to have a tremendous success in what we're doing. Other cities are hopefully watching this. They're all watching, just like everyone's watching here. They're all watching, and maybe they'll clean up.
See? Yeah, the Lord is getting ready to put that proverbial last swing on you, Jake. And he's going to use his sword, which is Esau Edom. All right, real quick. Let's get that. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Because, Jake, you wicked as hell, man. And that's why the Lord gotta put you away, man. All right? Which is going to be, what, the time of Jacob's trouble. Is this 19? Salakia. Psalms 9, I believe. Which is that sword. Let me just do this. Let's just do this. Psalm 17. This is Psalm chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. You see that? So yeah, the wicked is the sword of Yahawashi. And that's how he's going to use Esau to take you other nations, or mainly Jake out, man. You know? Jake, you for to be taken out by Esau. You think you're going to be able to fight back? No. See, this is the Lord paying you back for your wickedness, you know, for your betrayal. You know? It says, from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world which have their portion in this life. Right. Hey, that portion was granted unto Esau by his father Isaac, you know? And in turn, he has now what? The fatness of the earth, man. So yeah, he has this portion in this life, this first earth age, as it were, whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Yeah, we see that, man. You know, they have an inheritance left to their children, you know. But what's the point, man? The sword of the Lord is Esau Edom. And the Lord's getting ready to have this devil come down with great wrath. And we see in the beginning stage of that. That's not nothing light, you know. You got Trump now wanting to send federal troops to these certain cities, man. Now, this is from newsbreak.com. It says, after D.C., Trump floats federal control in 5 other cities. And if you notice anything about those cities, they're mostly full of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? Mention Baltimore, right? Los Angeles, Oakland, you know, Chicago. You see? It says, after announcing on Monday he was taking federal control of the police department in Washington, D.C., President Donald Trump insinuated in the White House briefing room that 5 other cities could face a similar effect from his from his administration. Newsweek reported, and we seen a brief clip of that I got off YouTube, off of TikTok. You know, hey man, oh New York, I forgot to mention New York. See, hey, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you thought it stopped with ICE, or was gonna stop with ICE. Nah, man, this is the fury of the Lord coming down on you, Jake. And we've been warning you. We've been telling you to repent. We've been telling you to come back to your power, and you shun it. Well, now the Lord just got to let the sword loose. You see? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19. And let's see. Please bear with me. Is that what I want? Please bear with me. Because Esau, man, hey, he ain't had no mercy on the young or the old. So in this time, when all hell break loose, he going to really show you his horns. Or we read it, at the last, he will declare his wickedness, man. You see? Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 19. I'm going to start at verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Yeah, you Babylonians. You Americans against the Americans. Yeah, the Lord is stirring the pot, as we see. And they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Yeah, they going to the prognosticators, you know, trying to get their best well-laid plans enacted. But all that shit is failing. And this is the point. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord. Yeah, that cruel lord. through the Spirit, we believe Donald Trump, man. You know, who Lord willing is going to initiate the implementation of the MOTB, which is that micro C here. Okay? It says, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. So is the Lord of hosts. All right? Yahawashi, the Lord of armies, who's going to set this cruel Lord over you. He's going to rule over you with fierce anger, man. Okay? Which is the reflection of the anger that Yahawashi has toward 2/3 of our people, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 4 in the NLT. This message the Lord gave, this is the message the Lord gave concerning Israel and Judah, right, all 12 tribes. This is what the Lord says. I hear cries of fear. There is terror and no peace. Yeah, that's what you're going to hear, man. Cries of fear. You know, terror. You know, you're not going to have any peace in the time that we're entering. It says, now, let me ask you a question. Do men give birth to babies? Then why do they stand there, ashen-faced, hands pressed against their sides, like a woman in labor, right? You holding yourself, man. So much so, you have a look of fear. You know, a great illustration of that is these old cartoons. You know, when a ghost or something scary pops up, they lose all pigmentation in their face, all melanin is gone. You know, well, that's how you people gonna be, man. Mainly you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're gonna really be hopeless in that time. You see, it says in all history, there has never been such a time of terror. See, it will be the time of trouble for my people Israel, yet in the end they will be saved. Yeah, that they that's going to be saved is the elect. All right, the elect is going to be saved out of these times, man. They're promised to have comfort from the Yahawashi. But 2/3 of our people, guess what? You're going to be caught in this time of trouble, and you're not going to get away. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12. And verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. See that? Yeah, Esau was waiting, man. He lets you build up all this damn iniquity, run Rawchaa. Now he created the chaos so he can bring the order. He let you get away with all these different things, man. You know? That's part of their plan. Okay? Where you had, what's this guy, Biden, you know, initiating cash bails or no cash bail. Well, they were just letting people out after doing heinous crimes, you know. There was really no judgment during his reign here in America, Babylon the Great. So they set up the chaos so Trump can bring the order, man. You see? It says again, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart, yet his mind, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, yeah, he has the opportunity now, he will not be satisfied with blood. See that? Yeah, he ain't gonna be satisfied with blood. Okay? If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. See that? Yeah, he pretending to help. Yeah, we're gonna clean up crime. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. You'll be able to walk out to your mailbox without thinking about being harmed. You know, you'll be able to go and get you a bottle of milk. All this crazy shit, you know. But he's pretending to help thee, right? It says he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance, right? Eventually you're going to see this devil horns come out, man. All right? And we're seeing these things being applied now in these days. And guess what? It's going to grow even more. All right? Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Right? You proud ass Jake, man. You know, you proud ass Americans. Because that's what you are. You Babylonians. Guess what? The Lord is going to take that mirth away. You know? It says the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. Right? Since you want to follow the way of Esau, everything here is defiled. From the food to the water to the mindset of the people. So now you believe that you can get it by the sword. All right? And that was Esau's blessing, man. You're not going to be able to use his blessing to prosper in this wicked-ass kingdom. And that's why you seeing this man finna come down with great wrath. Read that in what? Revelations 12. Let's grab that real quick. Right? So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, guess what? It's your turn now. All right? You thought it was going to stop with ice now, man. It's not. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Right? The ones who have that kingdom mindset. We're rejoicing. Why? Because we know these are part of the plagues the Lord is going to send to end this kingdom. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Yeah, woe unto you who dwell here in America, who hang your hat and rest in the bed of Esau. Okay? It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So you're going to get ready to see the wrath of Esau. All right? Which is going to be pushed forth by Yahawah, by Yahawashi. Okay? For you so-called Negroes, Latinos, or Native Americans who want to continue to have a covenant with this man. Hey, guess what? You black Christians, you ain't going to be exempt from this wrath. All right? You Latino, Catholic, worshiping doctrine of Mother Mary, you're not going to be exempt in this. Nah, he's going to come down with great wrath upon you. And guess what? The only ones who are going to be protected in that time is the elect of Yahawah by Yahawashi, man. The Lord's getting ready to bring great judgment on you. You know? 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time, shall dwell in the world. You see that? Yeah, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Yeah, you dwell in here, man. One of the words of that simple definition of the word dwell is to hang your hat. But when you hang your hat, you basically putting up your coat. You basically residing in the house of Esau, man. So the Lord said, woe unto you. And you're going to receive many great miseries. Why? Because they have walked in great pride, right? The haughty people of the earth do languish. You done had this man set up as your defense. How you gonna have your oppressor as your defender, man? You know how crazy that is? But Jake gonna learn the hard way. You see? Let's close it out. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Right, the days that we're fastly entering. The time of Jacob's trouble. All right, the time of sedition, the time of civil war, the time when all hell is set to break loose. It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right, they're on the way, man. Nothing but bad times the Lord has prepared. It goes on. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. Right. When these things begin to happen, you're supposed to consider. But 2/3 of our people are not considering. They're not measuring the time diligently. They're not seeing the temperature on the planet Earth is set for war. You know? It says, but for all these things, They shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. See that? So yeah, the time of Jacob's trouble is fastly approaching, man. It's really nigh at hand. And it's going to intensify. It's going to grow greater, as the scriptures say. You know? And that's going to be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Till the next time, Shalom. Hey, stay prayed up, man. We enter into some perilous times. Shalom.